Okay, so time for the final match. We won the die roll. Got a good hand, gonna keep it. Pretty sweet hand. Delver, 2 lands, some interaction, some cantrips. Basically perfect. So we just gonna use that here and play it over. There is an argument to be made for just using Steam Vents here rather than Scalding Tarn. But given that we have the Zero Visions, I don't really think we need the Scalding Tarn as a way to help flip the Delver or like manipulate. Actually not flip the Delver, but like manipulate our draw step. So I think fetching there makes more sense because we don't really want to draw many more extra lands. So thinning kind of helps the Delver flip a little bit more next turn, makes our draw step a little bit better. So yeah. I mean, it's unlikely that we're gonna play the Steam Vents tapped, so that's why playing it untapped turn 1 does not make a difference in terms of life total for the game. This is most likely Infect. No, I think just gonna do it like this and hold back on the bolt for his Infect creature. These foil expeditions are so confusing. I mean, they all kind of look the same color-wise. It's really hard to tell what landed is a lot of the time to me. So he does not have an Infect creature. That is nice to know. So we can basically kill the first Infect creature he plays. Since I kind of expect him to probably dismember our Delver, I rather put Delver on top than Lightning Bolt. No flip. Attack with both. See what happens. We have plenty of backup to protect us against whatever he might attempt to do. Like try and block and pump, for example. I think that is fine. Actually do not remember if he showed us the vines of Vastwood. Should have written that down. So I think it's probably better to make sure that we don't die. Because if we Vapor Snake here and he has the vines, he can exactly deal us 10 next turn. I think he didn't have vines, but I'm not sure. I remember 2 Might of Old Grocer and 1 Mutagenic Growth. Good game. Oh, we got him. On game 1. Some removal. So annoying that the double click is still not fixed. I like threats because stealing a Spell's Guide is incredibly good. I think Bedlam Reveler is very poor in this matchup. So I think Mana Leak is a bit clunky. And we can shave some sword score once we cut the Revelers. I could also see just keeping all the scores and cut the Swift Spears maybe. But then we are a bit short on attackers. I think attackers kind of matter enough. Maybe cut like a Spell Snare. And another score. Spell Snare is a bit limited. It only hits the 4 blighted agents. Some potential Spell Guides and what's the thing? Apostle Blessing. So it is reasonable to shave one. This is a lot of removal, which I really don't mind. Gonna start by trying to flip our Delver and roll from there. Really? That's unfortunate for our hand. The plan was to just flip that Delver, deal 20 with it, while killing everything that moves. More removal. Alright. So let's see. I'm gonna start with a magma spray. Now we can bolt in response. Probably should have done it the other way around though. Let's see what we are working against. Blighted Agent and a Dismember. That works for me. Oh, and a Smash for the Nexus. That's sweet. Alright. That is actually perfect for our Fog Bolt. All the value. This is why Fog Bolt is so sweet. Random blowouts. I mean, we know what he's got, but we could draw into something relevant like this. It's gonna start to beat us up. If Dryad Arbor doesn't attack, we definitely know something's up. Probably a Vines of Fastfoot that he potentially wants to kick. Okay, I think now we can risk doing it before damage. If he doesn't attack with Dryad Arbor there, I think I'm gonna take one and only kill it if he does something. Otherwise I'm gonna try to kill it at the end of turn. So I don't randomly take 5 poison and go to 9 poison from a kicked Vines of Fastfoot. If he has to use it unkicked here, it's fine. Oh, it's just an Apostle's Blessing. That's okay though. Bit unfortunate given that we have a Spell Snare in hand, but oh well. think we probably have to let this Dryad Arbor live for a little bit more, since I don't feel like killing these two guys and then losing to the next random Infect guy. Also this kills through become immense, which matters. But yeah, see, we have the spell snare and it's kind of dead in our hand right now. Because we know he has a dismember that our spell snare can't interact with. Let's just hope he draws like a blighted agent as his next creature. Or a spell card, that works. There we go. Got lucky. I think now we just bolt this and try to find a threat. The game ultimately turned into one where Bedlam Reveler actually is a lot better than it usually is. To be fair, it probably is better post-sideboard than it is pre-sideboard, but I still think it's not worth the slots. Also, there's an argument to be made for using Harvest Pyre there, so that if he ends up killing our threat, that we can bolt him to death. Although that's not too likely to happen, and we might end up in a situation where we can't kill something because he can protect it from a bolt but not from a Harvest Pyre for enough damage. That's a good flip. He should dismember in response if he plans on dismembering at all, because I might draw into a way to stop it. That is very loose of him. He didn't get punished. I mean, I could easily draw into an answer to a dismember like a Dispel, for example. I think if he planned on dismembering that Delver, there was no reason not to do it right away. But oh well. His loss. His potential loss. Like, didn't matter this time, but could have. We got him. And yet another 2-0. Deck is working pretty well, I have to say. It's playing pretty smoothly. Alright, see you in a moment for the wrap up.